Welcome to OWIMO Design. In this video we'll show you how to make a hippie blouse from a tablecloth. What you will need is a tablecloth, preferably with lace, a pair of scissors, a measuring tape, some pins, a pencil, and a sewing machine, fabric glue, or a needle and a thread. First of all, you want to measure the width of the blouse. As you can see, the V with the lace is going to be where the head is going to be. So we're just measuring how wide it should be, and make sure you take your own body size into account. So just mark it with a pencil and a measuring tape or a ruler. So that was one side for the sleeves. And make sure it's even on each side. Obviously the tablecloth was folded in half. Normally it's longer. So that will be the sleeve. And we're making bat sleeves, so it's going a little down. And that's for the sides, how wide it's going to be. Make sure that you do everything inside out, because later obviously you're going to sew it like this and then turn it inside out so you have nice seams. So now you're going to cut on the sides, and again it depends on how wide you want it to be. And now you're cutting the sleeve, and just cut through the lace and then straight down. This is going to be not a very fitted blouse, it's going to be very comfortable and wide. Do so for each of the sides. So now you're cutting at the bottom. As you can see, there's lace at the bottom too. And over to the sleeve and through the lace. So now that we have the approximate shape, we're going to cut a little bit at the top. This is going to be for the head and the collar. So just cut an opening, and then we're going to think about how we're going to cut it next. First, measure though. Always make sure. You can make the collar any way you want, so you can cut in just a little bit or all the way down. So we've decided first just to cut a little bit down. And now pin both sides together with the pins. And again, you're doing this inside out. Just cut a little bit in at the bottom so you can sew it more easily. You can sew this with a sewing machine, or you can glue this together as well. So do that for each of the sides, of course. And now we're using the sewing machine, so just sew it all together. And just leave a little bit of room, so it will be a very nice seam. And take your time so it looks nice and clean and tidy. And do this for each of the sides. So along the sleeve and along the side of the blouse. And there you go. Once that is done, now we're going to take on the collar. So we've actually decided to cut out the front. So this will be the front of the blouse. Cut out all the fabric. So it's going to be a fairly deep neckline. Just about to where the lace starts. And just in the front. So in the back we leave it as is. And there you go. Now you're going to fold it over a little bit and then sew it together. So this will be on the side along the top of the blouse, and make sure you just sew it all the way across so you have a nice seam. And there you go. Make sure all the different openings, now you're sewing at the front and the back of the blouse for the collar. So this is at the back before it was at the front, and just sew right over the lace for the seam. And of course you want to use a white thread to do so. As you can see, we're sewing right on top of the lace here. And again, just take your time. If you're gluing this, obviously you wouldn't do this in the front, or just a little bit. We do recommend that you use a sewing machine because it'll be more sturdy. And there it is. This is the hippie blouse from the front. As you can see, it's very nice. And especially for summer, it's not a very tight fit. It's very relaxing and comfortable. And here it's from the back, as you can see, with the collar. And here you can see the bat sleeves. Thank you very much for watching. For more upcycling ideas,